So you are leaving money on the table by not offering lead magnets. Currently at Saturn Media, we are using this strategy in a lot of our top performing accounts. In this video, I'm going to run through what lead magnets are, why you should be using them, and how you can implement them. My name's Kieran. I head up Saturn Media, a Google Ads agency focused on increasing highly qualified leads and increasing user acquisition for all of the companies that we work with. So getting into it, what are lead magnets? In its simplest form, a lead magnet is a resource, an offer, a white paper, free guide, can be anything as long as it's relevant to your business and what your potential customers want. And what we use them for is we provide them to potential customers in exchange for their contact information. So what this effectively does is a mutual exchange. You offer some free value, prospect in return gives you their contact detail. It's all about what you do with that contact detail. You don't want that just sitting in a CRM, just rotting away. What you want to have is a system set up where you nurture them straight away. So as soon as they download that white paper, get them into your email nurturing sequence, have a 5-touch campaign on them, give them to your sales team. These leads are interested in the product value that you've got to offer. So you are leaving money on the table if you do not contact them. In terms of why you need to be using them is I'm talking particularly to the B2B software companies out there. It'd be very naive to think that all of your customer base is going to be ready to book a demo from just the first time that they land on your page, particularly when we're talking about corporations. And if you're enterprise B2B and you're dealing with larger contracts, larger organizations, there's a very intensive investigation and research cycle that they go through. They're not going to land on your page, book in a demo and then close a contract straight away. In an ideal world, yes. And don't get me wrong, some people do, but then you're only catering to a portion of the market and what their actual buy-in habits are. Let me get this straight. Prospects aren't often ready to make a decision when they land on your company, especially when it's longer sales cycles. So how do we mitigate this? We want to make sure that we're not leaving money on the table. Lead magnets help capture their information early and then enter into your nurturing sequence, which you can then follow up through targeted follow-ups. You can build trust. You can accelerate the sales cycle process. If you're doing this and your competitors aren't, guess who's going to be the first people they think of when renewal season comes around? They're looking to change providers. They've just got new budget to invest in new technologies. You're going to be top of mind because why? You're top of their inbox and you're offering them value every step of the way, from the moment they land on your page all the way through to the point where they're ready to jump on a call. As well as that, another bonus is they're going to be pre-sold on your service as well. If you get your sequencing right and your nurturing correct and you're offering actual valuable information that's going to help them in their role and their wants and what their vision is for the company, they're going to turn up to the call with a full understanding of what your business is, what you can offer them, and ultimately what it means for their company. So it's going to be an easier sale at the end of the day. Our clients have seen a huge success with targeting middle of the funnel keywords actually for people in this investigative stage. What we do is we run through the search term report, we use external tools, and we find out what are the most common questions that people will be asking when they're looking for a solution to a problem that they have. They're actively seeking solutions, but they're definitely not ready to commit at this time. They're going to be looking at company A, company B, company C, company D. The list goes on in terms of what can they offer the company and are they a good fit. So what we do is we understand these keywords, we group them into campaigns, and then we work very closely with the client to create valuable lead magnets. This can vary industry by industry. It could be a series of white papers that pop up on a blog post. It could be direct into live webinars. It could be case studies. It could be actionable guides. There's so many different ways you can approach this, but the main thing is to understand your target audience, and you can only do this by working with the client if you're an agency, or if you're the actual business looking to do this, looking into why people sign on with you in the first place. What problem are you actually solving for them? Not what you think you're solving for them, but what you actually are solving for them. So run a survey, find out those exact reasons, and then you build something around that. So then anybody who does come in facing similar problems or looking for similar outcomes, they're going to find that super relevant. They're going to want to dive in. They're going to give you that email. It's very, very low friction for what the value value in return that they're getting. It doesn't feel like they're entering into a sales cycle. They're getting value in return. So you set this up, and then quite simply, as soon as they enter into your funnel, you need to then have the right systems in place to follow up and nurture them. Let me make this clear. This is not going to work if you don't have the back end to support it. If you've got a lead magnet and you're not following up with these leads, you're better off not doing it in the first place, because they're just going to sit there. You've given them value, but what do you have in return for that? How are you going to make sure you can get these prospects in the diary? How are you going to make sure that they turn up to these sales calls? In reality, you won't be able to do fuck all if you're not acting on the back end. So you just to wrap that up, value lead magnet, good back end systems, and then you should be onto a winning combination. Let me just divert a little bit on this. Is you're never going to find a winning formula straight away. You should always test different lead magnets. People might like white papers, people might like webinars. It's your job as a media buyer, as an agency, as a marketing lead, to test these out in the market. Markets react differently to different offers, so you need to continuously test to then understand what works best with your market. Secondly, if something does work well now, that's not to say that it's going to work in 6 months' time. So you need to be on top of your game. You need to be market leaders here. You need to be offering insights before other people start offering these insights. What's new now is old in 3 months' time in the tech space. So you need to make sure that you're moving quickly, you're moving with speed, and you've got a system in place where you can actually churn out this content, this value, these resources at scale, basically. The clients that we do this with, these are often the conversions that we see the lowest cost per acquisitions, and then also the highest of quality. What you do need to take into consideration is that these aren't ready to buy prospects at this moment in time. So you really need to be confident in your numbers. You need to know your sales cycle. You need to know how many emails it can take to get these people in the diary. You need to know your call booking rate and all of these numbers, so then you can actually understand what can you invest into this and what is your payback period. To calculate that as well, you need to understand your lifetime value, average order value, churn rate if you're a month-to-month contract, and all things like this. So another fundamental when running this is actually having your numbers in check and knowing what that actually can bring to your business. I know that can be at times quite challenging for companies, and the numbers side of things, and also understanding what lead magnets are best for them and how to approach this. So if you are struggling with any of this and you're looking to attract quality leads at a CPA, my team and I specialize within this. This is our exact speciality. We've done this with tens of clients. We know how this works. We've seen it firsthand. So I'd be more than happy to hop on a call with you, walk you through the exact process of what lead magnets could be used, how we could leverage this for your business, and what it could mean. Even if you want to run some numbers past me to see if it could be profitable compared against the volume out there, I'm equally as happy to help. So feel free to book into my calendar or drop me a note, and I hope you found this of value.